Hey everyone, let's unbox and have a look at the Aristocats Adorable Marie by Lego Disney. This is set number 43286, contains 369 pieces, retails for $34.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego. And yes, this is a paid promotional video. But now at this point, now it's going to be my opinions on this set. And just by first impressions, looks like we have ourselves an adorable white kitten with a pink bow, and looks like we got ourselves a little hairbrush and a container and a little mouse. And that look adorable? You know, we'll see how adorable it is when we build it. And here's the back of the box. So yeah, looks like we get various accessories, and looks like this is a posable kitten too, so we can have her sit and her head spins and all that stuff. It doesn't look too bad, and yeah, this one is catching my interest. Let's open this up and see what we have inside, and boy, it is cold outside today. So this is a good day to build a Lego set here. Let's see what we got inside the package. Well, so far so good. I haven't seen any stickers lately, which is even better. Alright, well, let's see how many bags we get here. So it's just your typical 5-bag special, not too bad. And we got ourselves the building guide. And let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't tell, it just jumps right on into bag 1. Does it come with the Brick Separator? Oh, I was interested about that piece there. No. Ouch, Lego. I was hoping to see a Brick Separator in this. I think sometimes you purposely jinx your own scores on these. And yeah, I don't know. But for me personally, this doesn't look too bad. And we got 4 or 5 bags full of fun and excitement, which is going to be really fun. So this is going to be your typical 5-bag special here. Probably 5 little sub-installments on this. And yeah, I could do this all in one sitting today. That shouldn't be too bad. I've done worse. An Adorable Marie. Oh boy, I don't like the use of Aristocats in here. It just sounds a little too political in my book there. But you know, that's just the name of the theme. And we got 5 bags of bricks. And I think what I'm going to do here, of course we're going to start with bag 1. Get this one done. I'm going to do it all in one sitting. I really need to get some other things done today. And today is the 8th of December 2025. We're getting closer to Christmas here, and it's getting a little too close for me because I really haven't started my Christmas shopping yet, so I got to get on to that too. I'm in a family that demands Christmas gifts, not trips, so I can't just do that, but yeah. Okay, let's begin. Let's build it with bag 1. And before I do that, I just remembered something. I forgot to plug in the ring lights. And I bet this thing is all torn apart here. It is. Let me get that plugged in so we get a little bit more light for you here. Every time I film these, I always forget to do something, you know. For those who get a little angry with me, that's fine. And boy, I got some stories to tell today. Looks like the first thing we're building is the little container. I think that's what it is. And yeah, it's the holiday blues are upon us now. I'm getting more of the rude comments already coming in, so that's always fun to see. Because this finger here is getting tired of blocking people. But yeah, I had somebody get mad at me because I wasn't showing every angle, and they were kind of more or less cussing me out. No, sorry, but I had to block you. Yeah, so we got to jump right on in. These are not to be construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just merely my notes for review. When I do the final paperwork for the set, these are not to be considered as such because I've been on a blocking hiatus. Yeah. Sounds like I'm angry today. No, I'm relaxed today. I just get tired of reading the nasty comments. I've just been block and things. As a matter of fact, I should just make a video where I'm just doing this the whole time and you can't see what I'm doing, and I can just tell you what I'm seeing. But yeah. Yeah, I've been kind of dealing with that. Family drama, all that stuff, and just been kind of hiding out here, hunkered down in the Lego room, the workshop, really doing this. I don't know why. I just kind of stay away from everyone. And everybody wants gift cards to stores that are not really out here. And I got to drive into town in about 5 or 6 different establishments and pick up gift cards. At that point, I'm going to just wire them money and be done with it. Oh, but no, they want something to actually do that. I said, well, don't just get you a regular gift. And they're like, no, I want this. And I'm like, okay. Looks like that's the bottom portion of the container. Yeah, we got that out of the way. Okay, now it looks like we're doing the top portion. But I'm just kind of getting tired of the holidays already. When I was a kid, it was fun, but now, you know, I always pictured myself spending time with my wife and kids doing Christmas things, but things always take a turn, and taking care of parents, well, parent, but anyways, you know, just kind of in one of my rant moods today. So hopefully Lego will show me out on that. Oh, we got these annoying eye pieces. Oh, I have to figure out how to dispose of those. Okay. But I was going through my Disney sets, and I thought, because I have to review this one, I thought, well, I got this one just sitting right here. Why don't I work on this one right now? And I'm supposed to have a lot of sets coming in today. Like a big giant, like 38 sets are coming in at once. And yeah, if they come in by the time I'm editing this, I'll post a picture up there in the corner so you can be like, wow, yeah, I'll show you what those look like. What does it look like to see that many sets coming into the house? I'm not going to show you the sets, but just what they're packed in, you know. So there's the bow. And, yeah, you know what? This would be a nice little box to put your ring or something in. I mean, that's kind of cool, huh? That takes care of that little build there. That's not too bad. So far, the build's pretty easy. Okay, now we're doing the little hairbrush. And, yeah. These type of sets, so like I've said, are just kind of like fun little builds. I'm not really into Disney, and I got plenty of these parts, but here's a rule of thought here. Usually Lego always puts one rare piece that you don't have. Oh, I have these in coral. I was looking for those for a project, and now here they are. I was going to get a haircut earlier, or next week, and my barber is booked solid, so I gotta either A, find somebody else to cut my hair, or B, learn how to do it myself, or C, just wait it until January. So I don't know, I've seen some people do their own and they make it seem so easy. Well, with the vision impairment, that might be a little bit of a challenge for me, but what can I do, right? The worst thing I can do is cut it too short, and then I just have to buzz it off. But, yeah, that takes care of the little hairbrush, and not too bad, huh? I mean, pretty cool for what it is. Okay, now it looks like we're building a little toy mouse with a fish. So I was thinking about, you know, instead of just waiting around, I mean, I always just cut my hair short anyways. It would just be tempting to learn how to do it all myself. Like I said, I've seen others on YouTube, been watching videos, and I don't have any of the tools to do it. But it's almost just as worth it. But I have a bunch that live with me that everything's either hired, you either hire it out or you're considered poor. Well, it's not that I'm poor, I just don't want to have to wait for somebody to have a free schedule to do it. And I'm sorry you can't see me right now. I'm trying to get these little eye tiles here centered up, which I got millions of, by the way. So I just go for a high fade crop and I'm done with it. But I'll have to start off. I'll have to, if I do my own hair, I'd have to start slow. I'd have to learn how to learn the essentials first. You know, just have to figure out how I want to do that. Do I want to risk it? But see, I'm off, so I can get away with it. If I mess up, then it'll grow out by the time I go back to work. So I guess I can practice a little bit. I just got to get a set of good clippers and shears and just watch and load up my playlist with nothing but videos. I'll have to think on that. It means that means if I do that, I can get a haircut every 2 weeks and not have to fork out money for that. And then the mount, this goes with it here. And then that's it. So that's the mouse there. Here's the goldfish. Sorry if you can't see things very well here. And yeah, I mean, at least we got the accessories done, huh? And this is what we have remaining. Yeah, we got pretty far on this one here today, if I can get those out. Not too bad at all. Okay, now we're going to slide all this over and we're going to tackle bag 2 here. Yeah, I got a couple of ideas I want to tinker for some tutorials. I've been working on editing some that I have filmed in the past. 2 bags that's not looking good. And we're also building Adorable Marie. Is it adorable or cute? I don't know. Like the beautiful horse. This is the Adorable Marie. Oh boy, she's not adorable right now, isn't she? Yeah, when I see 2 little bags, that means we're going to be in for the long haul today. But it's like my bunch has asked me, what do I want for Christmas? And I said, really not much of anything. I said, if you find something, I said, I'm all game with it. I don't care what it is. Now, with me being like middle-aged, Christmas is more left for the kids, and now I pretty much have everything I need. So there's just not a whole lot I want. I'm not going to be greedy about it. I want my dad back, but I don't think that's possible. But yeah. But right now we're going to focus strictly on the kitten here. I think this might be the torso we're putting together. I don't know yet. All right. Yeah, we're doing nothing but white parts. And yeah, bellyache time. Who's ready for some bellyache? And I am. Sometimes the set looks interesting on the box, only to unbox it. And now we're messing with white parts here. Not too fun. I like these pieces. These would be good for vehicles. I just got to get more of them. Yeah, I've been kind of dreading Christmas. Not because my dad passed away. It just, the holiday just gets too commercial for me, and everybody expects the expensive stuff, and I kind of toy around the idea of going up to a cabin for Christmas. It'd be something different, so we can just relax. I thought that'd be a good Christmas gift, to spend some time with the family and get away from phones, televisions, computers, all that stuff. Girlfriend's aboard with it, which is cool. My mom and my nephew and everybody else don't. They want to spend time here in the desert. They do not want to go where it's snowing or anything like that. And I just thought, Well, I just thought, yeah. So my girlfriend's like, why don't we just, you and I go? I said, well, maybe we should. I said, just to kind of get away from things. But I'm talking about spending Christmas Eve and Christmas Day there, at least. So we're trying to put together a little excursion for ourselves. I know she likes looking at art galleries and stuff, so we're trying to find something for both of us to do. And yeah, it's one of you commented on my other videos, boy, your family sounds ungrateful. Well, yeah, that and we got schedule conflicts, but I'm just, you know, I kind of want to do something that we can remember on in the past and talk about, but you know how older people are. They like doing the same things, and I've never seen these in this color before. Is that light nougat? Cool. But just trying to think of something fun for the whole bunch of this. Like, I was even thinking about tobogganing and sleighing and stuff, and even getting my rear on a snowboard and just kind of give another crack at it. I mean, I've done snowboarding when I was a lot younger, but not so much now. It's like a skateboard, just no wheels on it. And two, your feet are attached to it. So, yeah. They're not interested in that, sadly. Anyways, we got the Lego stuff here. I'm expecting 38 sets today. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I'm hoping to get at least this guy here filmed, or this gal here filmed. And I'm looking for inverted slopes. Oh, there's one. So I'm just trying to chill out until I have to go back to work. When I go back to work, though, usually that's when the family wants to do stuff because they know I'm working those days. Go figure there. I'm like, nope, you already had your chance. Sorry. I'm not sure what this is, though. Maybe, like I said, I think maybe this is the rear end. We don't know. I don't think this is a 3-in-1 because we're using some really oddball, weird pieces and locations. But yeah. These are kind of odd colors to see in here. Basic blue. There we go. On the table it doesn't look centered, but on the camera that laser's pointing right in there. Alright, so now... yeah, just too many white parts up here. This whole set's going to be all white pieces. Boring. But all the other sets that I have to review are white. Everything's got tons of white in it. I'm like, oh, Lego, this is your new go-to color? I want to pop a color into things. I can't talk about the other themes, but I know one of the themes that I'm getting is rich with color. We're talking hardcore here. I cannot wait to get into those. But we can't do that right now. If they come in today, I'll start filming them. And then, you know, I don't know which. I think both of the themes that I requested are coming in. I really want to dive into them. I really, really, really do. And yeah, I'm going to say that would be kind of cool. Somebody did ask me if I would be willing to review the Super Mario sets. No. You have to have the smart figure for it. And for me, I mean, here's the deal. Lego, it'd be nice to have the smart stuff with it. It's cool. But that's why I'm into this hobby in the first place, is that I don't want to have to use a smart brick or an intelligence brick. Or what are those things, the Mario figures, where you have to hook them up to the phone and sync them and all that stuff. I don't want to deal with all that. It's obviously white meat, of course. I just don't want to deal with that. So, I just want to be able to sit down and build an awesome Lego set, regardless of what it is, to get away from that across the room. Now, computers now have gotten expensive because of the shortage on RAM. They're using it for AI, which is kind of silly in my opinion. But I did read a comment, I think it was you, Janet, mentioned about Bricklink, and that's a whole turd in itself there. I've heard about it. It was mentioned on the Ambassador Network, and it kind of slipped my mind. I rarely ever buy anything on Bricklink except rare exotic pieces. And thank goodness we still have it here in the States, but there's a lot of other countries who rely on it because they're like me. They don't have a Lego store close by or something. And I don't know what the deal with it is, but I have a feeling it's probably involves political stuff, which, yeah, would be kind of boring to talk about here. But I just like, really? I mean, there's a lot of people that are into the community, that are all around the world who do this hobby. This is fun. We all can get along, and, you know, it doesn't matter what country we're from. We all build with Lego. We all do the same thing. We explore our imaginations, and we like the same hobby. That kind of thing. And just to have that restricted, that's not too cool. It really isn't. Well, these pieces go together very well. Look at that. Nice and smooth. Yeah, but I don't understand this whole thing. I'll be right back. I got to check my video. Okay, sorry about that. Put that on there. Yeah, right now I'm finishing up the last section of that big modular set, like part 11. I got to put those in a playlist. Somebody asked me about them. Like, that's what I forgot to do. So I'll start putting the ones that are completed in the playlist and such. This is one of those days I like to go out for a nice dinner. What does my bunch want? To stay home tonight for dinner. It's like, and it's like, well, we can go out to a nice restaurant. Let's all get dressed and just go out and go get a bite to eat, you know. And of course, oh, it's cold outside. We'll get a coat. That's what the coats are for. I know I've been looking at denim jackets as I've always wanted one, and I don't know, I may just buy one. I don't know. I need to try one on in order to see if I like them. I always wanted one when I was a kid and as a teen, but you know, when I was a kid, my parents couldn't afford to get me a really nice coat. Now I can buy one, I just don't know if I want one or not. Boy, that really is finished off. It's not like Lego I grew up with, huh? For any of us, for that matter, who've been into this for a while. So it looks like we just got done with the hind legs and the torso. Okay, then what are we building here? I mean, is there going to be anything left? Yeah, I'm starting to kind of lose a little interest in this. It's just all white. I'm hoping the next few bags pick up here. This goes down here. Some people say I complain too much about like color schemes and stuff. I understand this stuff like this has to be white. But for me, I gotta have a bright, colorful build. Why couldn't this be like a Friends set or something, you know? Those things are always saturated with colors. City sets, some of them are. And then there's like, anybody remember Lego Elves? That was a really good theme for its time. And it's like, whatever happened to that? They just discontinued it. And there was another one, the Lego Dreams. It's still around. I'm not much into Lego Dreams. Lego, they could have put a 2x4 in. Are we artificially inflating again? But for me personally, though, you know, the reason why I like the bright colors is I'm always working around black and tan and white computer stuff, and I want to see something other than monochrome. The other night we watched Santa Claus, the Santa Claus movie with, what was his name? Tim Allen. At least it's color coded. There we go. Looks more like a rabbit. We were watching that last night. I came back here to watch. I was doing some Lego stuff because everybody in my family was watching the reality stuff, and I thought, I'm not watching that garbage, so I came back here to watch it. And then the last 20 minutes, or we're going to watch it now. I'm like, okay, it's almost over though. So I just sat back here and just watched Christmas specials. And then they had Rudolph on. Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, I'm making a mistake there. It's supposed to go like, wait a minute. No, that's right. Okay. I was watching Rudolph over the weekend. I was kind of disgusted with that because they had commercials in the middle of a segment. I just thought, really, are we that desperate? And the commercials were just as long as the show I was watching. Kind of got disgusted with that, so I turned off Rudolph and then pulled it up off my media server because I have a copy that I took off one of my DVDs. I thought, okay, then I could put it here, watch it there, and I thought, I may have to fall asleep to this. So I got it on the thing, I got it ready to go, so I just got to pull up my tablet and just watch it like that. I think that'd be kind of cool to just doze off to it. Doze off to Christmas cartoons like Frosty the Snowman and 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and maybe put a couple of the old Christmas Carol movies on there too, and just kind of play it out in a playlist and doze off. That'd be kind of cool. And this goes here. And that's what we have remaining here for bag 2. And how much memory do we have left? Oh, I got 2 minutes. That's just perfect. So if I run out now, it's okay. So it looks like we just did the bottom torso, but it looks like we got something missing up here. We got some meat sticking out and some ball joints, but it looks like we got the back paws done. Looks more like a jackrabbit. We don't know yet. We do not know. Oh no, don't let the size fool you on how much small pieces are in that bag. Obviously it's not a 16 by 16 stud plate, so we already know it's not anything big in there. Oh yeah, look at all that. Isn't that fun? Look at all those small parts. And there's still some stuck in the bag. I mean, I have a million of those, but Lego's expensive, and I don't want to lose any pieces. Okay, so it looks like we're working on the front portion like a bandana or a scarf or something, but yeah, we got a lot of small parts we got to deal with now. At least there's a little color in here, but not too much. Yeah. That's the good thing about Lego, though. There's all of us around the world who enjoy this hobby, who like to share ideas. You know, that kind of thing. Whoops, that doesn't go there. Oh yeah, there's no brick separator with this set. I mentioned it at the beginning in the unboxing. So I'm going to say that this set at best probably is going to get a 9 because we are messing with small parts. And I'm going to say that without that brick separator, we might be having problems. I'm not saying that we will, but you don't know. Okay, it looks like we're doing the front limbs or paws. I'm going to just say that these are mirrored. Okay? So let's get going here. And they use different connectors on the sides, but I looked on the box before I started building this, and I thought, okay, it looks like they're just mirrors. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to start preparing things. This one is the one that I'm working on right now, and this is going to be its reflection. And just like with all these other modern sets, they just get me with tons of white parts. So I got to start separating every piece here until we find the ones we need. Yeah, not too fun today. It's all white stuff. Oh, it's just nothing but white pieces. Yay for me, huh? Can't wait to see what this looks like when it's done. I should have picked one of those other sets that I have, but everything is got white in it at this point, and I'm just like, oh, Lego's new go-to color now is white. When I was a kid, it was like red. White was kind of a color you didn't really see a whole lot of, and now it's like they kind of flush it down our throats. I'm just trying to find some more inverted pieces like this. So I need to find 2 more. Okay, we got another one. We'll find them eventually, and then when we're done, we'll keep going until we need to sort out more parts. And I always recommend this too. If you're doing your sets, you could sort as you build. Instead of just sorting beforehand. It just depends on your method. You know what I'm craving for right now, boys and girls? Buttered popcorn from the mall. Don't ask me why. It sounds good. Because it's cold outside. Imagine having a nice warm thing of buttered popcorn, maybe hot chocolate, and watching a good holiday movie. That does sound good, doesn't it? Can't watch a holiday movie right now while doing this, but yellow goes here. Red goes here. Lego, you were trying to confuse me, but this time I was prepared. Now I'll check this out before we're done here. Boy, that did not want to go together. Okay. So you can see I'm doing it like this. Now you do not have to do this how I'm doing it. I'm just doing it for brevitivity of the video. Yeah, I had to switch memory cards too. I was almost out of stuff, and I thought, uh-oh, I better hurry up and get things going here. So these probably match up with these colors. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get stuff done for the holidays. And I'm going to have to go into town, get a bunch of gift cards from different stores. And here I am. Oh, I'm just you see something that I may enjoy, go ahead and pick it up. Oh. Okay, but no, I don't know. I just kind of, boy, that did not want to go on there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do these right now. So like I said, you do not have to do what I'm doing here. Okay. I always get questions asked, you know, Jay, you always jump steps. Do I have to do that? No, you build the set. Here's the deal. The only correct way to build a Lego set is the way that works for you. The big boys on YouTube, they will tell you their way is the correct way. Here, it's how it works for you. This works for me. It may not work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, then you try a different method until you find your niche, you know. Find your method, you know. And it's kind of sad, you know, the big popular guys, I'm going to show you how to build a Lego set the professional way. Professional, come on, my channel is all about crude and it's sloppy. I mean, my reviews are sloppy. I mean, but I get to the point. I mean, like, I don't script these things. There's no need to script a review. It should be just like if I open up the set, is it going to keep my interest? Am I going to have fun putting this one together? We don't know yet. Okay, after we get the tiles done, then we got to do the paws. You know, that kind of thing. I just don't sit on YouTube and say, hey, my way's the right way. You know. Because my way may not work for you. I might be messing up on the second one right now. I don't know, you know. Sometimes I got to put a little mystery in these things. And then now we got to attach these on here. Okay. And then after that we put the things in here. This one needs, in the red one you need this. And I'm assuming this one goes in here. Now I might be wrong still, but this one we know is right. And it shows that this gets bent like that. If you don't believe me, that's what the book tells me. And now we take the one with the red and it goes with the red one. At least it's color coded. Like that. Okay. Now, it has, hey, at least she's got one leg to stand on, huh? Well, now she's got three. She's a tripod. I'm checking my work here real quick. Yes, that one's built the same way. I mean, right here. So yeah, you can mirror these. It's just using this one instead, but I read ahead, so that makes a big deal. And there we go. Posable. Oh no, this is not posable. This paw moves. This one doesn't. You think they'd both move. Well, that's lame. I'll have to make a note of that now. So we got the limbs installed. Alright, well, we got to do the tail. Let's get that going here. And Adorable Marie. Oh no, Marie's not even adorable yet. She's a nothing. She's a mess. She's got to put on her face now. Well, no, she's got to put on her tail, then the face. Adorable. You know what? This thing's going to be adorable when it's in my parts bin. But we're a long ways away from that right now. These are cool for bedspreads. That's cool for things. Okay, well, we got that. Alright, so we got the tail going here. And so far so good. Haven't royally messed up yet, huh? You can sure hear the servo motors in there for autofocus on the camera. I'm always looking for these here. And then after that, and then now you got to put the tiles on the side here. And there's a lot of small parts in here. I can't wait to read the comments on this one. I started reading the comments on the oh my goodness, what's that thing called? The shopping street set. And one person did ask, why don't I heart their comment? And oh, I put these on backwards. Uh-oh. Well, you know what I'm going to do? Take out the middle one. I'm just going to rotate these two here. Whoops, I'm looking at step 81 and I need to do 80. Yeah, it's all white and boring at this point. I'm kind of losing interest in this set now. It was fun when I started, but now I'm kind of just, you know. But somebody asked me why I didn't give them a heart. I said, when it comes to reviews, I heart when I am reading the things off for feedback for Lego. Everything's anonymous at that point. So on the tutorials and stuff, I heart anyways. I can't even pick that up because I have no more fingernails left. There's the tail. Pretty straightforward. There we go. That's one way to see. Alright, and then now we got to install the tail on its rear. Well, this cat's still useless. You know why? Because she doesn't have a head yet. We're still missing something up there, but the bottom part looks good. And that's what we have remaining for bag 3. Alright, now we're going to move on to bag 4. See what we got in here. Oh, there's a little bit more color in this one. That's where all those colors are hiding at. Oh yeah, check your bags. Always steal them. because I have parts that will hide in there. Yeah, I mean, more medium pieces. This is obviously small, but probably not a lot, unless there's a lot of 1x1 tiles or studs. Yeah, that's what there is, little 1x1 plates and stuff. Starting to see a lot more of this light nougat, which is really cool. And then now it looks like we're building Marie's head. Doesn't that look adorable? Yeah, we got a long ways to go for that. Like I said, she's going to look better in my parts bin. Oh, that's a nice piece. Be good for cars or something. Oh, getting these out of here is going to be a chore. Well, no, it's not. You can still stick them in there. Okay. I was starting to get tired of working on the white parts. Now we got all these other nice colors in here now. I think it was maybe the Beautiful Horse. One of those had a lot of bright colors. Whoops, I made a mistake. And yeah, without a brick separator, that's why this set's automatically getting an Insta 9. If it had a brick separator, it would still be a 10 right now. I'm not experiencing anything falling apart. Just the color palette's kind of a little bit lacking. But it's not like I would fail it because, I mean, come on, I use muted colors too. But, yeah. Yeah, it's like in the 40s outside right now today. Got all the holiday lights put up on the house, and somebody was complaining I should put more, and I'm like, no, I'm done. But that's just it, I'm done. You know, I don't want to spend my time off doing that. Oh, these are coming handy, especially yellow. I don't know what I'd use it for, but yeah, I've been kind of just tinkering around with some ideas, what I want to do for tutorials and stuff. I don't know yet. I got family coming in for a couple of weeks, and I got to find a place for them right now. And right now I got a bunch of sets that I'm reviewing, and I can't forfeit this room right now. I even mentioned that to him, like, I would, but I can't. So I'm like, I don't mind. I just don't have the space right now. Of course I hear, well, you know, you can do the Lego stuff in the kitchen. Yeah, and I'm going to be bothered in there. I said, this is my man cave. It's been like this for years. You know, I'm going to do it in here. Boy, these inverted slopes, this set comes with a whole bunch of these. I mean, in white out of all colors, but still you could smooth tile underneath a roof or something. Okay. Yeah, but at least I'm glad I can share these builds with you guys and gals. For those who can't get the sets or just have no way to access them, or, you know, Lego's just getting expensive, you can't afford to get one, at least I can show you the build and you can make your decision then. I really wish Lego was an affordable building toy or art medium. It's going to get to the point where pretty soon a $300 piece set will cost $300. But Lego really hasn't gone up all that much throughout the years. All I know is back in the 80s, a $20 set got you about 300 pieces, and it was very primitive compared to what we have today. Now the builds are more advanced, they're more involved, so you're getting more of a build experience than what we have today, which is always cool. I got a video I got to film that's that involves it's Lego, but it's a tutorial, but it's not a tutorial. It's hard to explain without leaking out too much, and I need to get going on that. Got about a week or so to get that done before in-laws and stuff start piling in. I know my nephew's coming here, and that's another whole issue because I can't tell him no if he does something wrong here. And yeah, so yeah, which reminds me I got to put the bedtime thing on the internet thing again when he comes. I have that turned off. Everybody goes to bed early here. When he's here, he likes playing video games up till 7 in the morning, and he sleeps all day. My house is not cool because it has a bedtime thing on there. I'm like, well, yeah, if you keep people awake, there's going to be rules. And I remember when I was a kid, if I woke my parents up, that's it. There were rules. I couldn't do this or that. So okay, there's some plates. The parts in this set, in terms of balance, you know, we get a little bit of everything, mostly medium to small parts. A lot of stuff, if you don't have any long fingernails, you're going to be hosed. But it's not that bad of a build. Now I got to start sorting out because I'm having a hard time trying to find one by ones. Not these little tiles. I'm going to put these tiles down here because I keep... Oh, here it is. Just trying to get things going here. We got some tan ones. Tan used to be an awesome color. Now it's kind of like a new default now. It's like replacing white. Maybe not, I don't know. I have no clue, but these are nice. We still haven't built old Unikitty's face yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Marie. Unikitty's too cool for you. Wait, are we missing something here? Oh, wait a minute. They're not going there. They go down here. My bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Watch the video all the way through. I may make mistakes. And yeah, I've been blocking people for pointing out mistakes, but they would cuss me out over. Some are just regularly rude, and I'm just like, I don't have time for that. If I make just say, hey, Jay, I noticed you made a boo-boo there, you know. You may want to correct that. By then, it's probably already too late, or I probably fix it in a later segment. You know, I make a boo-boo, that's fine. Like any face I've seen, well, maybe that's the face, this is the back. No, that's the mouth, and those are the eyes. That's what that is. Okay, I got regular slopes here. I got 2 of these. Oh, there they are. I thought that was some kind of an arch. It was sitting like that. I was like, wait a minute, what? It's just too much white up here. What color? Alright. Sorry if my hands are in the way. I try to show angles after I'm done. Sometimes I get involved in the build and I'm just a little lazy. You know, for those who've watched me for so long. And then we got to do the same thing on this side here. Yeah, I'm just ready for Christmas to be over and done with and just kind of go back to... It's like when I take off, I may do what some people do. It's just work during Christmas because I don't want to deal with family sometimes. I sound kind of ungrateful, but Christmas was fun, and after my dad passed away, it's just kind of more like, you got to get me this specific item. It's like my mom was asking me what Lego sets I want. I said, I got so many of them. I said, save your chips for something else. Just if you see something I may like, then yeah, I'll pick it up. I said, I don't need anything specific. The older you get, you could just buy it when you need it. So I just don't. I don't need anything, you know. But like I mentioned earlier, though, I got a family that you got to buy a specific item. And, you know, hey, just be thankful you got a warm roof over your head. You know, that's what I was told. Like, just be thankful you got a warm roof over your head and a bed to sleep in and a fridge full of food. Okay. Well, looks like Oh, I made a mistake here. Okay, this is right up to this point. Yep. I gotta go get a brick separator. And I do not have one in here. Lego, you need to start putting these with these sets with these type of parts, because if I make a mistake and I have to get up, that's why I insta-ding. If I don't see a brick separator now, I ding them off by a point instantly. If it's a poly bag or something with only 100 pieces, it depends. Usually I don't, but yeah. And that's what we have left for there for bag 4. Not too bad, but beautiful Marie is, or Mary, or whatever her name is. She's not beautiful yet. Okay, we're going to wrap this up with bag 5, and as I'm unbagging this, I want to thank everyone on my Patreon and YouTube memberships for being contributors. It's always a big help. Really nice. In addition to that, thank you to everybody on my Rebrickable profile for checking out my builds and purchasing building guides. It's always a nice big help. And in addition, thank you most importantly to everybody who takes the time to watch my videos, comments, likes, subscribes, all that good stuff. Subscribing is free. You don't have to pay for it. Just join right on in and yeah, just join in on conversation, or start one up if there's not already a conversation going. You can do whatever you want, you know, just don't be mean, you know. And yeah, I always appreciative of that. What is in here? Let's see here. We know it's not a string. Oh, it's the ribbon. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. That is a keeper. Now, I don't know what I'd use this for, any other type of build, but this is something I may want to take really good care of. My fingers are so rough, it's kind of clinging to it. It's even stitched, too. Wow, I've never seen that before in Lego. That's even cool. Well, yeah. So back onto the head here. Okay, we're getting close. More white pieces, but hey, that's fine. We're going to have to deal with the boredom. We got to get it. We got to get the boring stuff done sooner or later. Oh, okay. But that's printed. What a waste! I wish that eye wasn't there staring at us. It's a blue eye too. Why couldn't it have been hazel or green? No, we can't match mine. There we go. And then now we got that on the back. That leaves this part here we got to do. There's the eyes and there's the mouth. We're done. I should just leave it like that and see if anybody notices on the review. But if this was my own personal set, I would probably do it. But this is a Lego review offer. Paid promotional video. I have to do it what they want me to do. Okay. After that, I can do whatever I want with the set. Somebody asked me about that. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, well, we found the nose. Then we got a kitten there. See, we got something going. We got something going here. At least I got something actually being constructed here. Okay. Yeah, buttered popcorn from the mall. That does sound good, but the mall is a long ways away from my house. We're talking about an hour, so it would be a while to get down there to get the buttered popcorn. Oh, that's printed. Okay, we got the whiskers. Well, let's have some fun. Why not? You know, I mean, I can't make these any more boring than they already are. I know some of you like the boredom of these. One person said he likes listening because of ASMR. Fine. You know, hey, as long as somebody's getting some entertainment out of them, that's cool. And we got some of these in white. I don't think I've ever seen these. Calcium deposit pieces. Alright, there's plenty of white parts up here. Let's start sorting pieces out. I'm looking for a reversed one of that. Okay. And then after that, got to put some more meat in there. Some meat, and we got some fur. Put some fur down in there. Yeah. Sorry, the commentary is a bit lacking today. It was just one of those weird, miserable days. Oops, I put that on backwards. Well, we could just flip that around. Yeah. Hey, I make mistakes all the time. Hey, at least I make them in here. I don't hide them. It's starting to look like something, huh? It's not beautiful yet, but we're putting our first printed piece here. So maybe I need to put the crude commentary on the main channel. I may do it with this one, just kind of have some fun with it. And if I do, see how many people thumbs it down. This goes right there. Yeah, it's starting to look like something, but we're still missing some parts. Well, no wonder why. We got to put some eyes, because Kitty can't see us. What's her name? Marie? Marie? So she can come up there and sniff the lens. Okay, I forgot to put the nose so she couldn't sniff it. My bad. Well, that's backwards. There. Let me make sure it's straight there. And then the head, the thing goes on here. So those are the eye sockets. So we got to install the head. Come on, install. Come on, get it done. I got to make sure I do it right. I don't want to mess up my TV show. See? What am I like? I'm an inch away from the lens. Man, this thing's really good after I got it tweaked up by my friend helped me set this camera up because he's a news reporter. So yeah, now I got everything going. I like this camera better than my tutorial camera. I just can't use it because it's so big. It's 16 inches and I have to really reach out to do that. Okay. Mary, you got to sit over there for a bit because we got to put your ears. You can't hear what I'm saying right now, so we got to take care of that. What I'm gathering is the ears are probably mirrored. So I'm going to go ahead and mirror these right now and start on that right away. Yeah, some of you notice why don't I sit off to the side, why don't I sit behind here? Because I'd be stretching way out to do this. I could sit on the back side of the table, but you would see a reversed, you would see a bad image of it, and that would not work very well. So these have got the studs on the both sides. I've never seen them in gray before. I don't think I have any in this color. Buttered popcorn from the mall. Hot chocolate and a movie. I know my mom watches a lot of the Hallmark stuff. That's all that's playing half time is these Christmas love stories. I'm like, yeah, pass on those. But I'll watch the Santa Claus movie. Couldn't believe a lot of people in our group. I said, anybody watching Rudolph? Oh, I don't have TV. I'm like, you know, it's free, don't you? Okay. And then... Okay, so the side that we're working on now, okay, we got these work good for slate roof. Before we can think about using these for roofing, you got to put the white on one side and the pink goes on the other. So I'm going to keep that like that, and this one here's the one we're copied right now. Okay. And then after that, we have to install the ears. This one here goes on this side right there. Right on that thing. It should just fit right in there. Alright. Okay, well now we got the other one done. Here, see? Now that's got some weight to it. Just don't throw that at anybody. That thing's heavy. And I'm going to check my work. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now we got to put on the little bows and stuff in her hair. She looks better without it, but you know, got to put it on. Yeah. Okay, well we got that there. Yeah, I gotta get off my buns and start doing some chores. I don't think these have to be perfect because it is going to be a hair ribbon. Goes right here, like that, and then this installs right there. Be careful because these are starting to come apart. I'm going to say the build quality now is starting to slip a little bit because I can't even get that on there without this. And I'm sorry, I got to bring this closer to me. I know see, this is already coming apart. This should have been put on here first. So it'd be better to put that on there first and then stick this on here. And you're not messing with it too much. This is just kind of like some afterthought. I would have thought of something better to anchor that down, because that's like barely hanging on there. You know, I mean, it just kind of, looks kind of silly like that. Okay, now it looks like we're getting ready to install the joints. Well, you know, it'd be easier if I set, don't you dare roll off. Set that down like that and just push it down in there. Because this is going to have to go all the way down to the flange like that. Boy, that's got to be painful shoving that in your head, huh? Just going to hold it like this and pop it right in there. Right in there like that. And then now we got to install Marie's head right under the socket. Okay, how am I going to do that? I think the best thing to do, I'm going to grab it like this, put my hands like this, and just push this down in there. There we go, because I knew it was going to be stiff. She can only tell you no. No, she can say yes. And no. Okay, that's cool. Stand up straight. Don't ruin my TV show. But we got one more thing to install, and that's this. So I think the easiest way to do is just to kind of keep the seam here and put this on the back. And that just sticks right there. So you just push that right on like that. Okay, it just sits right on there. And that's it. That's it for the build. Not too bad at all. Making sure I can talk about these. Okay. This is all the other sets that you get here. I have all these. They sent all these to me, which is cool. This is the only one I'm kind of bummed out on. You actually have to have these in order to fill this up. This is kind of misleading here. That's what you're actually getting. That one I had a low score, but the brick heads did not, which is cool. And that takes care of the Aristocats Adorable Marie. And that's what we have remaining. I was trying to hold my yawn in. Okay, now I'm thinking about how I want to do this. I'm going to drop the camera down. I think the easiest way to film this one is, well, like that. Just keep it flat on the table. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because, you know me, I got to keep my reviews as sloppy as possible for you. But I'm going to say the build quality, it's pretty robust. I mean, the little tiles, this thing could fall off. I'd say probably, I'm going to say my final score in the set is going to be an 8.5. If it had a brick separator, 9.5 easy. No brick separator, 8.5. So you're going to need a brick separator with this, obviously, here. Yeah, you're going to see more and more down there pretty soon, aren't you? All right. So let me, I noticed the last one I did like this, the camera was really badly tilted. Hey, I keep it real here, folks. I don't plan these out. The only thing planned is the build. After that, the commentary is just all ad lib. All right. Let's see here. Well, I hate when I get something in my eye, like an eyelash or something. I mean, she's not bad looking when she's done. I mean, not bad at all. I mean, we got the hairbrush, you got the mouse, and that. Can you see my line down here? Oh yeah, you can. I gotta bump that back. I'm gonna push this forward a little bit here. Just trying to line everything up here. So yeah, I'd say an 8.5. Build quality was, it was a little, it's above average, but this right here would fall off, and I kind of wish both paws would move, but only one would. And of course, if I need to do a close-up, I'll just bring it up because the camera's on auto. This camera's got better autofocus than my Sony does. But for me personally, this is not too bad. It's not a bad set to look at. It's just more of a shelf queen. I'm sure you can play with it and stuff and do this. You know, pretend that you're brushing her. And yeah, it's not a bad one at all. I mean, this is essentially what it is. Well, I think we're ready for the formal tour, don't you? I think we are. Here we have Adorable Marie, and she's a nice brick-built kitten. We're going to take a look at the accessories first. So you got a nice blue hairbrush so you can sit and you can brush her and straighten up her hair and her ears and all sorts of stuff. And in addition, we got ourselves a little mouse toy that she can chase after, and a piece of fish that she can eat. Oh, there's no way to put it in her mouth, so maybe she doesn't want it. And we got this little container here. It looks more like a storage container than anything. So you could use this not only for Lego stuff, but maybe put like rings or odds and ends and stuff in there. Or you can use this to put the mouse in here, the fish, and the hairbrush, which is even cool. So this is a nice little thing here. At first I thought it didn't really belong, but yeah, it does belong with this. So it's even better. Well, now we got Marie, and yes, she is adorable. She wasn't adorable when I built her, but now she is. The ears kind of move a little bit. She is posable. Head does say no, and it does also say yes, so that's pretty cool. You can use her as a bobbin head too. This ribbon here will break off, so be very careful. That's probably the only fragile part on this build. Her front paws, only one of them moves. This one here is stationary. But I'm sure you can change out this pin and make them both move. I think it just did it for stability purposes. Here's the back here, and yeah, you do get a cloth ribbon. Even better, and that just snaps right in there. And here we have the tail. This also does move around. Not too bad. And she's a nice finished off brick-built animal. Here's a close-up of her face. Now, that's all printed. This is not stickers. I'd say this is a good high-end set, just it being printed. And well, my camera still is tilting, or is that just her head? Oh, her head does tilt a little bit. But for the most part, she is a nice brick-built figure or animal. You got the accessories. So we're going to start with the review with play value. And yes, you know, if this looks more like a shelf queen, you got accessories, so you can just sit here and just, you know, brush her and stuff. Pretty cool, huh? And you got the hairbrush and the mouse and stuff. But I'd say that this could be both a playable model and a display piece. Depends on how you look at it. Build quality is pretty good. I'd say it's a little above average. It's just this right here can come off easily as well as this one that goes on top of this container. Other than that, everything else is built pretty solid. I didn't have anything fall off. My build experience on this set started out pretty good, and towards the end I was getting kind of bored with this set just because of the white colors. There's a lot of white pieces, a lot of small pieces. And without a brick separator and you make a mistake, you're going to have problems. I did have a mistake up here. I put this plate in the wrong area and I had to grab a brick separator. So if you do not have a brick separator, make sure you have one handy with this build. You're going to need it. Because I know I did. I needed that brick separator for this. But it's still manageable without it. And you get this set for your daughter, your son. It's a nice, good build. It took me some time to put this one together, but I'm happy with the outcome. As far as for collaborative build, I would say this can only be built by up to 1 to 2 people, one comfortably. But it's not too bad. I'll have it listed in the description on how isolated the parts are. I wasn't really paying attention to that. But at the end of the build, though, you are getting what you are asking for here, which is an Adorable Marie kitten. She does look really nice. I mean, this is really recognizable. I'm pretty pleased with, you know, the contour of the curves and stuff on this one. I mean, this one was really planned out very well, but this is not Lego that I grew up with when I was a kid. Everything now is not blocky anymore. Everything now has got nice, smooth curves, and yeah, it's a nice set all around. Now, sadly, the Adorable Marie is only going to get an 8.5 out of 10 because these ribbons will come off. That's the only issue with it, but the main issue was a brick separator. I think Lego should have included one with this set. If this is your first set you're getting and you do not have a brick separator, these are going to be hard to separate if you've got two plates stuck together. So just keep that in mind. But other than that, though, this would have been an easy high score. But I wish Lego would have included a brick separator with this one. But all around, though, she is a nice display piece, as well as a playable model. But tell me what you think of Adorable Marie.